hey ya.
Don't dream it's over. Right.
That was beautiful.
So we are back from another sojourn to the park.
Yes.
Big park times for us lately.
I gotta say, it's been my park era. That's what I feel. I feel like I'm
parks
at one.
Underrated parks before now.
I feel connected to nature in a way that I haven't before.
I've never seen so many trees.
And I've never felt so attracted to animals.
Oh.
Not in a sexual way necessarily. In a romantic and I would say intellectual way, because I feel like they maybe speak to me on a frequency that I feel human beings can't. What about you, Bess?
Well, I feel the same about trees.
Cool. You are a tree. You do look like a tree hugger.
I don't hug them because the bark creeps me out.
Yes,
but I definitely do look at them for a long time, quite intensely.
Yes, and it's sort of big and it's robust, isn't it? And it's sort of masculine.
It's like I never knew about death before death happens. Somebody dies and you're like, oh shit, yeah, people do die.
Yes.
But I never knew about trees before I walked into one.
Yes. Bursting into your vision. Entering into a new era. Hello, this is me. This is my tree time.
Just didn't see them. And I've read about it. Many people.
Yes.
Just don't see the trees.
They don't, and it's wrong, and it's rude, and it's evil.
If you see them from a young age, you are gifted.
Yes,
because
yes.
You've seen them for a long time.
I've seen them. I've seen ghosts for a long time. I am connected to a spiritual plane that I think it takes most people their entire lives to feel that enlightened. But that's just me.
Yeah.
And it's a blessing and it's a curse.
But
as you know.
But you have seen the trees.
I've seen the trees.
Yeah.
I've seen the trees and they've seen me.
Well, they only just decided to present themselves to me at age 36.
Really?
Yeah, it's taken a long time for them to have the courage to be like, look, I am here.
Yes, because I think until now you didn't realise that that's where paper is made from, is it?
I didn't know that.
No. You thought that paper grew from the ground.
I just thought they were paper plants.
Yes. You thought that you could pluck off pieces of paper like leaves. Where do leaves come from? Answer me this, riddle me this. Where do leaves come from?
Paper.
Trees.
Right.
So you've got a lot to learn.
I do.
But why do you think we have our thinking caps on today?
Well, because we are, as you know, business-minded actresses.
Exactly.
We aren't just one-trick ponies.
No, you can't just do one job these days. You have to be a slasher. What does slasher mean?
Sorry.
Stop. Okay, I've told you. You need to stop with
just because I hear slasher and I think of weeing.
Why? Surely you would think of a horror film.
Because take a slash.
You've never said that.
No, but
never.
But men do.
Yes, and you shouldn't be talking to them, and I told you that. This is why.
Gotta stop.
Because they get their filthy ideas in your little precious head.
They do.
Sometimes it's like Bessie is my own child. Sometimes it's like she's my child that I birthed and I have to teach her. And it's very enriching for me because it's going to be a while before I decide to have children of my own. I'm going to be well into my 50s when I make that decision. But it's nice to have somebody to teach that and guide their young mind. So we've got our thinking hats on today. We've got our big hats on. Mine representing education, sport, challenge. Bessie's
blonde Marge Simpson.
Blonde. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Really?
Exactly what I was thinking. I was going to say it. And I'm annoyed that you said it first.
Oh. Yeah, well, so we've been having to think of, like, what are we going to do in our... Not going to call it downtime because that's derogatory.
No.
Not going to call it, like, out of work because that's just a horrible thing to say.
And incorrect.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Because an actress is never out of work.
I'm playing all day.
Exactly.
I'm performing all day.
And many different characters in the morning. Before midday, I'm about 12 different characters.
You should see me on the tube. Okay, that's the performance of a lifetime I'm giving. Every single person on my carriage... I'm giving them my Meryl Streep for the day.
Exactly.
And even if I'm not getting paid for it, that doesn't matter because that's still my work.
And you're teaching them something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're not going to call it out of work. What we're going to call it is growth time.
It's growth time.
And so we go to the park for our growth time.
Exactly.
But also, we want to make some cash.
And Bessie has introduced me to this new concept and it's quite exciting. It could potentially be... an investment opportunity for us and for you. So just take it away. Tell me about it.
A secret one.
A secret
So
one.
it's only for our extremely loyal followers who also pay us money on Patreon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but whatever. We'll let you get in on it if
you prove yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But so how I'm crying quite a lot at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I found the most comforting thing, rather than looking at my phone and looking at the endless TikTok, Instagram things that just do inevitably make you feel like amazing about yourself.
Yeah.
I've found this channel. I stumbled upon this channel when I was trying to find Teletubbies, where it is 100% pet content, and they're not good videos. They're not. The animals are basic.
These are untalented creatures.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not surprised they don't have agents.
It's essentially Big Brother for animals, like just animals doing stuff in their day. They're not talented. They're not doing any like hoopla.
No.
They're just walking up and down the kitchen or but it's on all day.
All day, on a loop.
It just made me think, I've seen more talented animals than this in the local park.
Absolutely, I have.
And one of the quick adverts they have between all the animal content says you get £250 if you send in your animal content.
£250 for one video.
And it doesn't even have to be a good one. So I was thinking, I've seen a couple of talented dogs in the area.
Yeah.
So what have we done?
We have started an animal talent recruitment agency. Now, this might sound a little bit confusing and a little bit scary, but there's a reason why we're wearing our big boy hats today, and it's to guide you through this process because it's very exciting. Now, this is a multi-step process, isn't it, Bess? Mm-hmm. Because you can't just go up to any random animal because of the risk of rabies.
Biting.
Because of the risk of bites, because of the risk of...
Shitting.
Because of the risk of them shitting, because of the risk of you shitting, potentially out of fear, because of the risk of potentially bestiality, of a sensual connection between you and this animal if you get too close. You have to remember that you're being professional, okay? This is a workspace. Even though you are in a public park, it's not appropriate to take off all of your clothes to feel closer to the animal because they're also naked. Because all animals are naked, aren't they?
Unless it's for a particularly good clip.
That would only be appropriate in certain cases, exactly. Yeah. And then that's about using discerning judgment. But I would say for beginners of this, what you need to do is you need to look for some key qualities in an animal that tell you this is a talent. Go on, Bess. What do you think are some of the most important qualities for an animal to have to end up on a Pet Collective video and to be a good one?
Well, I find the best content comes from not what you would expect.
Dogs.
You wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. You think it would be a dog. It's actually the fucking pigeons.
It is.
And it's the pigeons goading the dogs that makes the good content.
Yeah. Pigeons are clever.
So you need to spread some, some crumbs.
Birdseed,
whatever pigeons want that day. Some Lola's cupcakes, whatever, Ben's cookies.
Yeah, they love Oreos.
Yeah,
they love Oreos.
So you put the Oreos down and get the pigeons there in place as bait.
Yeah.
Then you just wait.
Yeah.
For the slightly silly dogs.
Yeah.
To come.
Silly and stupid.
And to
pathetic,
blow things
really.
up. To blow
This
things
is when
up.
it gets interesting.
And we duck down, we get in the grass, we put on our hats, put on our full body camouflage.
Yes.
And we go.
Yeah.
And we just make sure that we are there for every step by step.
When pigeons form a collective, and when I say collective, I mean 10 plus. And that's why you want to get the Oreos in, because you want to get big numbers, you want to get strong numbers. When they form together as a collective, they actually do something quite amazing. And it's interesting that David Attenborough has never covered this on one of his Planet Earth documentaries, and I think it's because he's too scared. To reveal this incredible thing that pigeons do, because it could take us all over. They're scared about AI. Sorry, guys, I'm scared about pigeons. I know that this is scary, and I know that I'm scared saying it right now, but they lock their tails together. It's sort of like a rat king. I don't know if you know what a rat king is, do you, Bess?
Do pigeons have tails?
So they do. They do. Secret tails. I don't know if you've heard of a rat king. A rat king is when a group of rats, their tails get twisted and knotted together, and it forms a sort of supernova, a sort of brainstorm. Oh, you can't say that! A sort of mind map. And the rat tails connect together, and it forms a sort of super rat. Now, they do die. They do die because they can't get out of the rat king. But what's amazing about pigeons is they can. They have these secret tails, very long, bright red, and they all form together. They form a sort of herd, and then they form this sort of supernova with their tails, and they fucking attack the dog. They bite the shit out of it, even though they don't have teeth. They just have their little beaks. Now, me and Bessie we really caught some incredible footage of this, and it is
quite upsetting to watch. It's quite upsetting.
These dogs are getting torn to shreds. They're getting torn to shreds, but they're fucking stupid and they deserve it.
Peter would not like it. But it's funny.
We're uncovering the truth. We're sending it to Pet Collective, and let me tell you, we've made thousands already.
Yeah. Thousands.
Because they can't believe what they're seeing.
We've even set up our own channel now that we think we've got a rival channel to Pets Collective.
Yeah, we do, and it's called Bitch Collective. Bitch spelt with a Y.
Yeah.
Because we're not trying to be offensive. We're trying to be factual.
Yeah. We're just and so we've collected now. I think we've done 50 videos, dog pigeon videos,
including various other birds. I mean, birds are they're the most fascinating creatures to me. They are the closest to dinosaurs.
They are dinosaurs.
They are. Because they're mini dinosaurs, and the fact is, we are still living in the prehistoric age.
They are.
Don't realise that they are technically little mini dinosaurs, and they're cleverer than all of us. They're older than all of us, and we don't pay enough respect to birds. And I think that for all of the performers and actors listening, listen to this. Open up your ears. Open up your ears. Why do you think we're wearing such funny hats today? Go on, ask yourself that question. Why do you think? Because we're performers. And it's about learning every day. It's about committing to your craft. It's about trying to be a bird. What do birds have? They have hats.
The other underrated animal that have a good 25% of our Pets Collective videos this month have been squirrels.
Yeah, I can't get enough of squirrels, really.
Particularly the squirrels who think they're birds.
They do, because the thing is, they get confused.
They go into the bird cages.
And this is what happens often. So what happens often is a squirrel mother is a neglectful mother. And I respect it because it's one of the only species in the animal kingdom to value her single freedom. She wants to go out there and fuck. She doesn't want to look after these babies. So what they'll do often, they'll have their babies and then they'll trap them underneath rubbish, detritus, plastic boxes, litter. They'll trap the babies underneath there, and the babies squeaking will only be heard. What would it be picked up by? What can hear high sounds?
Dogs.
Birds. No, because the dogs would eat the baby squirrels, wouldn't they? This is a high pitch that only birds can detect, and these baby squirrels get raised by birds, get raised by pigeons, and grow up believing that they are birds. They can. They can almost fly, can't they? They can climb up really high. They've got these flaps under their arms. They can almost fly, but then they can't. And so they have this defeatist loser complex because they never quite aspire to what their goals are.
In a way, squirrels are failed actresses.
They are. Thank you, Bessie. Thank you, because that's the point I was leading up to, and you just got it. You got it right there. You're switched on today, and I like it. I like it. I think it's the hat.
I think so.
So they are the failed actresses of the animal kingdom because they're always within reach of their goal.
And afraid to try improv. But they're never quite getting it. No.
And so they really do make for some of the funniest animal videos because, like we said many times on this podcast before, desperate actresses are the bedrock of comedy.
Yeah. They are so desperate, these little squirrels.
It's beautiful and it's tragic and it's
They'll
Greek.
do anything for us. They see us in our camouflage, in the park, on the ground, on our knees.
They
with
do
our
anything.
Hats on, and they know it's time to perform.
Because they're fearless in a way, which is what I really respect. They're fearless. They're going to be balancing on their nose. They're eating, anything that you chuck at them. Chuck a little bit of old leather. Chuck a little baby shoe. Chuck, some kind of like safety pin. They're really trying their hardest.
Or the other extreme, which we did last Thursday, which was one of our best videos yet, I think. We gave a particularly talented, desperate squirrel a Pret croissant.
Yes.
And he ate it so delicately.
So delicately.
Like with his little hands.
Flake by flake. It was flake by flake. The lamination was, I don't think the lamination of that croissant has ever been more dutifully honoured and appreciated by that.
Yeah.
By other than anyone that by that
we
squirrel.
should get that squirrel a Pret
subscription. We
yeah.
need to get him that 5 drink a day.
He's probably the only ones who would actually benefit from a subscription.
Nobody's drinking 5 hot drinks a day. They're taking us for a ride, and you know it.
Yeah. So that's what we've been filling our time with.
Yeah.
And we have got really rich.
We really have.
Like,
it's difficult to know what to do with all this money, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just like, and now I think we found a calling. And do you know what? That squirrel, a couple of those dogs, 5 or 6 of those pigeons. We've got a company.
We've got a team. We've
We've got our own Royal Shakespeare Workshop.
We're basically like
company.
We're sort of like Disney princesses who can speak to animals, but do you know what? We're not little pussy ass bitches. That's what we're not.
Yeah, we want to make some money, and we want to be
on top of the world. On top of the world, getting more and more hats.
Oh, that's my goal in life, really, just to buy more hats.
I want to buy hats that are even taller and even wider. I want a hat so big I can't even enter into a door frame. And
I want a hat I can sleep in.
I do sleep in my hats. I've started to sleep in my hats.
There was an old lady who lived in a hat. That's what I want.
That's what I want. That's what I want. And I think what I also want is to have wings. That's what I want. I want to... I think what I want eventually is to actually fulfill my dream of becoming a bird. I think that's what I've realised recently. It's been quite emotional. You've noticed that I've been quite emotional. Is that I've been very drawn to these birds, helping birds, talking to birds, sleeping with birds in my bed, because they want to be there with me. I smell like one of them. I eat birdseed, and I put peanut butter all down the sheets just to sort of give them a nice sort of... I open my windows, they come in at night, and they sleep in my bed with me, and I've realised that that's what all of this has been for, isn't it? This creative dream of trying to be an actress, to soar. Maybe I've just wanted to fly.
Maybe. And maybe your teaching and your skill at passing on knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe the birds are the ones that are actually going to be your greatest pupils.
Well, because they listen, and this is what I really love, is because people don't, do they?
No, I haven't listened to a thing you've said.
No, because what they want to do is you have a conversation, and it's like, when's my turn to say something?
Yeah.
When's my turn to say something? Oh, well, you've just said that thing. No, I just want to talk now, blah, blah, blah. Birds listen. They focus in and they say, hey, that's an interesting brain that you got in that brain box of yours. Let me unravel an idea for me. I want to hear it. And it's so nice to finally be able to be with them, the presence of people that fully appreciate me for what I can do. And I think that they are collectively making me a pair of wings. I think they've been plucking out their feathers, and I think that
paper mache, some wings,
wings. I think that they've been making a nest. You see, because what birds do, it's just incredible. So they use their saliva. They bite things from the ground, whatever they can find, and then they use their saliva, and then they regurgitate it back out to make their nests. And so what they've been doing is, rather than making their nest, they've been making a pair of wings for me. So you won't be seeing me on the ground for very long.
And do you know what? I was just thinking, if you really do want to commit on this journey to becoming a bird,
yeah, I do.
You might not have to pay rent, because if you build yourself a fucking nest,
who's gonna fucking find me up there? BBC? What? You're gonna send me another letter saying, "Oh, have you been paying your TV license?" I'm living in a fucking tree.
Yeah. You don't need a TV in a tree.
Yeah,
you can just look into other people's windows.
Exactly. I mean, I won't be able to watch Love Island, but...
Yeah, you could, because everyone else will be watching Love Island. You can just look in through the tree. Look from your tree, look into their windows.
I can create my own Love Island.
You could get a universal control.
And start fucking with people through their windows. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Just actually living in, being in my tree, a really tall tree next to a complex of flats, and pretending to be a ghost. Targeting in, actively turning on and off. I'll be the poltergeist of London.
Love Island. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
Why have we never thought to do that before? Buy some universal controls and fuck with people.
What a perfect acting exercise. Next week, we will become a poltergeist.
I think that that's what's really exciting, because I think that the Venn diagram between actress, bird, ghoul, poltergeist, ghoul, ghost, demon. What do you get when you cross all 3 intersections? What do you get?
You get you.
You get me, and you get Meryl Streep. That's the only 2 in there. We're the only 2 to have achieved that. You're on your way.
I'm on my way, but I don't know what my other Vens are.
I think that you need to find what your third Ven is.
Yeah. That's my mission for this week.
Yeah.
Writing in my diary and finding my Ven.
You need to find your third Ven, and I'm really excited to find out what it is. Don't copy me, obviously. Don't copy mine. But
I have no interest in becoming a bird, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it, okay? Because I'm woman, bird, ghoul. Woman, bird, ghost. That's me.
Well, we're really grateful for you listening. If you do have any animal content that you do want to be on TV, but you're happy for us to keep the money,
yes,
we would love them to be sent to us.
So just go ahead. You know our email.
Yeah.
It's showbizsisters@hotgirls.com.
And it's at showbizsisters on Instagram. And you can just send us your footage.
Or send us a hat. Send us a hat and we'll wear it in the next episode.
We do collect hats.
We do.
So thank you so much for listening, guys, and keep positive, keep finding your Vens.
Keep finding magic in every day. That's what I love, is that we can play on this earth.
Yeah.
And we're little children.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. Tweet. Or, hurrah!